Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dain. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness from one of my favorite places in the world, Roma! And finally, something behind me that actually looks like the place that I am. Okay, anyway, so what's the tool for today? Tool for today is, if you had no limitations, what would you choose? If you truly had access to the superpowers you've always known that you should have, what would you choose? Would you live your life as though it had no possibilities? Or would you live it from the greatness that you know is possible, that you kind of been waiting for somebody else to invite you to, kind of been waiting for somebody else to give you permission to choose? Or would you just go for it, starting today, starting in this moment, starting right now? I wanted to make this video to perhaps inspire you and invite you to recognize that you have some really amazing capacities. You have some really amazing brilliance, some really amazing awarenesses, that if you choose to function from those, will change everything. Now, one of the great gifts of facilitating, all around the world in the last 17 years has been the gift of seeing people who thought they couldn't change their lives, who thought they couldn't create what they wanted to, actually start to do it. And I mean that on a really practical level. We can talk about the glorious possibilities of what should be available in our world. We can talk about the glorious possibilities of what should be available in our lives. But what I'm talking about is the practicality of living your life from a place where you like the person that you see in the mirror when you wake up in the morning. You're grateful for that person, and you see the beauty of that person and the choices they've made, recognizing, no, they're not perfect. And by the way, just so you know, I'm not either, okay? But you don't have to be. And what happens is we place a standard of perfection on ourselves, and we have this idea that if I'm really everything I am, then I would be perfect. No, not necessarily. If you're really everything that you are, you would be everything that you are, including the quirks, including the foibles, including the warts, including the bad breath, whatever it is that you've got going on, you'd be all of it. And what if you didn't have to judge you for it? But within that, if you were actually to start to ask yourself, if I were to truly function from the potency and the capacities and the awareness and the consciousness I really have, what would I choose starting today? There's your question. If I were to truly function from the potency and the brilliance and the awareness and the capacities and the consciousness you truly have, what would you choose starting today? In fact, starting right now. Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive that doesn't allow you to know it, and doesn't allow you to actually start functioning from that as your functional reality, the place you choose to create your life from in a moment-by-moment basis that actually leads to the creation of your future, what else would be possible? Because your life today is a result of your choices from the past that have led up to this moment. Well, if you started making different choices, and in a sense, if you started making choices from a different space, rather than from here, where all the judgment lives and all the wrongness and all the I can't do it and I'm not enough and all that stuff that we all grew up with. Let's face it, you're not alone by any measure. In fact, I would say you are so not alone. Most of us, if not all of us, have had this. If instead of making choices from there, which is what you were handed, what you were given from the time you were born, if you started making choices from here, the awareness that there's something different about you, the awareness that there's actually something great about you, the awareness that there are possibilities that you know are available that other people may not be able to see, that other people may not be able to choose, and if you were willing to choose them anyway, what else would be possible? So, if you were to choose right now, from the greatness, the awareness, the possibilities, the contribution, and the consciousness you are, what could be different in your life? Everything that doesn't allow it, and everything that doesn't allow you to ask that question at least once a day, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So I'm here in Rome. We just facilitated a phenomenal, I would venture to say magical, certified facilitators class with 300 beautiful people from around the world, and I mean around the world. We had 9 languages translated simultaneously during this class, and we have some amazing people from places like Hungary, France, Slovenia, Germany, Poland, just the United States, those weird places, okay, it's just all around the world who know there's something different possible and who want to invite people to that possibility. It was magical. I'm currently facilitating a Being You certified facilitators class where these amazing people who've not only read the Being You Changing the World book, but who have seen it change their lives, want to actually go out in the world and facilitate that so other people have the choice and the gift of being them. So when I talk to you about choosing from the capacities of you, the brilliance, the greatness, the possibilities, and the consciousness you are, what I'm talking about is what you already are. Not something that you're not something you can't be, not something you can't choose, but to do my best to acknowledge that all of this that I'm talking about is something that you already are. If you acknowledge that right now, even if your life doesn't seem like it's showing up that way, and that's one of the difficulties it gets us, because we create situations in our life where we're like, it doesn't feel that way though, what are you talking about? But if you acknowledge it somewhere underneath the surface, that is true, and you started choosing from there, would it take you from the idea that this is your life and this is your sphere of influence and this is where you can choose from, and maybe give you the awareness that maybe this is where you can choose from, or maybe this, or maybe so big it doesn't fit in the picture anymore. That might be more like you in your reality. Remember, what's true always makes you feel lighter. So if any of this makes you feel lighter, you might consider asking this question every day. And once again, you know, you always know. Is it time to embrace the superhuman you and actually start creating a reality beyond this reality where you can soar above the limitations and the impossibilities that other people see as real, and not have to buy it, and not have to make you wrong, and not have to make them wrong, in fact, not have to make anybody wrong, and actually have the life and living you've always desired. So consider this your invitation. If you'd like, ask that question every day and see what shows up. What do you have to lose? So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for being part of the Tour of Consciousness. And what if you truly being you is the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires. And please, if you like this video, like it. If you'd like to share it, please share it. And in that way, other people can find it also. So thanks for being in the world, my beautiful friends. I look forward to being with you next time. And I so look forward to meeting you in person someday. Bye.